Olá, tudo bem? I'm Emma from Portuguese Language Lessons. This video goes with Lesson 4 of the Level 2 Refresher course. I'm going to talk you through this video where I'll go through the unit in the book that we're studying this week and explain some things that are important. So here, in the book it starts with a dialogue with Dona Cristina and Dr. Lemos. All of the vocabulary here is in the Quizlet set so that you're able to go through this and translate it if you want, okay? And here in the apresentação, we talk about the imperativo that we talked about last week. This time we've got the irregulares, the forms here. I did talk you through this last week as well. So here we've got the formal forms, the informal forms, and the plural forms. These are the truly irregular ones, the ones where we do not make the verbs from the first person. Okay, and here there's an exercise where you put in one of these verbs. They've given you the verb. Look at the rest of the sentence to decide whether it's formal, informal, or plural to choose the right one. Okay, as usual, I'll give you all the answers. Then for the rest of the unit, they talk here about prepositions. Okay, I've made a separate video to help you with this. Okay, please look at the video. Here it says curta e longa, but I consider this very confusing. Is when you intend to go and come back. Para is when you intend to remain in a place. Okay, so here where we've got some examples, I can see here, vai ao Porto, he's going to go and come back. Vai viver para o Porto, he intends to remain there. Vai a casa almoçar, going for lunch, and then coming back. Vai para casa at the end of the day to stay there. A Madeira to passar férias, even if they were for 1 year, you would still say a. Vai para Angola, she goes there because that's her home, returning there. Voltam para Aveiro, returning back there because that's where they live to remain. Voltar a Lisboa means going back to visit Lisbon. Vem a Lisboa, coming to Lisbon, to visit Lisbon. Vem para Lisboa estudar, going to Lisbon to remain there, to study there for a while. Okay, so this is something where we have to think about the real meaning. We don't differentiate in English. And then we've got some means of transport, talking about generally and specifically. Again, I've made a video with that, the same video with the para. And we've got some practice. Then we've got these, what we call modal verbs in English, where they're followed usually by another verb, talking about necessity, obligatory, and whether it's possible or probable. So here these words, you're probably familiar with them. Again, there's a separate video to talk you through this, just a few minutes. Not in that video is this one here, ser preciso. Look at exercise example 4, é preciso. It's necessary. So this is very, very similar to precisar de, just talking more generally. It's necessary to deal with the reservations. Okay, so then we've got some practice, and then at the end we've got the diálogo and some compreensão, these to match up. In this exercise is to practice the imperativo. So put the verb in the imperativo, and you need to add in any little words between the verb and the main this other part that you choose. So here guardar becomes guard, processo becomes o processo. Okay, you don't need to change anything else. Okay, there are a few where there's a couple of different answers, don't worry about that. Okay, and then here you've got a exercise to choose the words. They've all been changed into the right forms, just put them in there. Okay, after this unit there is also the revision unit. Okay, so take a look at that also. Exercise 1 is difficult. If you need help with this, I've sent you a link to a video. If this is really difficult, leave it, okay? There's a lot of content in this course. You don't have to do everything. Again, exercise 2 is also difficult, very difficult. If you find this tricky, leave it. I'll give you all the answers. Take a look at it. Remember, when you're studying, you're not obliged to do and take on board everything, okay? But if you want to, and you can learn from this, do, okay? The other exercises I think are good to do. So here we've got practice with the verbs, putting them in the right forms, look at the rest of the sentence to help you. If this is difficult, look at the answers, figure it out why the answers are correct, and then go back and have another go. Don't struggle, okay? As soon as we start struggling and we're feeling overloaded, our brains switch off and we stop learning. Okay, so it's not cheating at all to look at the answers, because you're learning, and that's what's important. Okay, so the next here we've got these lovely expressions. If you're not sure what they mean, put them in a translator, and then these go to make these nice little dialogues here. Then we've got prepositions. Again, these are difficult. Remember what we've looked at with prepositions so far. If you're not sure, look at the answers and then work backwards. Figure out, why is that the correct answer? Okay. If you're not sure, then don't worry about it. You're already learning a lot. This will come later. And here a review of the algún, the numa, etc. Okay, so that's for you to practice there. Here, practice these facílimo, mais fácil, the comparativos that have come up. And here's some vocabulario. Okay, if you're not sure what the words mean, put them in the translator to check the meaning. Here we've got A, B, C, 3 groups of words. So each group refers to each group of sentences here. Okay, so the words in A go with A, B goes with B, and C goes with C. I'm not sure why they put them all at the top, but anyway, that's just how they did it. Okay, so that's it for this week. Any questions, do get in touch. That's why I'm here. And in the class, we're going to do, you're going to be able to work and talk to someone else. And that will be really nice for you to practice speaking the language. Okay? Okay, ciao, ciao. See you in class.